Today we have some bad news from the Middle East and the West Bank. Israel forces kill 4 in the West Bank, Palestinian officials say. 2 children ages 18 and 15, way too young. And 2 members of armed groups were killed in a raid in Jenin, according to Palestinian Health Ministry and camp official. This is not good for the Israel cause. But there's more to the story. 2 children were shot dead by Israel soldiers during the raid in Jenin and in the city of Jenin in the northern West Bank on Wednesday. The Palestinian Health Ministry and local officials said. Palestinian Authority and news agencies, Wafa said there were two Adam Gul 8 and Basil Abu Al Wafa 15. Those are the 2 children. No children should die in this conflict. It's sad. But again, Hamas shouldn't have started this. It said Muhammad, the head of the leadership council in Jenin, said 2 members of armed groups were also killed during the raid by Israeli forces that began Tuesday night. Mr. Sabak said Israel forces had surrounded the gunmen's homes before they were killed. He added that Israel forces had been searching homes in parts of the area that were raided. That area, known as Jenin, a refugee camp, was established in 1953 to house Palestinians displaced in the founding of Israel, and has become an urban environment known for fierce opposition to Israel. Asked to comment on the raid, the Israel military said a number of suspects hurled explosives towards soldiers. The soldiers responded with live fire towards suspects, and hits were identified. Now, this is extremely sad because what you can infer by that is that these 2 kids were throwing explosives, because why else would they be shot? This shows that kids are being indoctrinated into these extremist forces that are trying to stop Israel. Also, in this story, they didn't mention the what the or who the 2 gunmen were. Now, this article will say the Jewish Post. IDF eliminates commander of Islamic Jihad's Jenin branch. IDF, Shin Bet, and the border police eliminated Muhammad Zibedi, the commander of Jenin branch of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad terrorist group, amid clashes in Jenin on Wednesday, according to a joint statement by the IDF, Shin Bet, and the police. This shows that military leaders of Hamas are hiding behind refugee camps, kids, and civilians, which is a massive problem. Thus, there's likely to be these accidents, like the 2 kids accidentally being shot. Thus, the Islamic Jihad should be the ones taking the blame, not Israel, which Israel is the one mostly taking the blame right now. Zubedi was carried, and here are Zubedi's crimes: was carried out over several shooting attacks, and resolved an extensive terrorism activity, including the attack in which Tamar was murdered. murder near Hamesh in May. Zubeidi is related to Zakara Zubeidi, one of the 6 Palestinian inmates who escaped from Gilboa prison in 2021. Palestinian media reported, and additionally, reported that 8-year-old Palestinian boy and a 15-year-old Palestinian were killed. It's sad to see that Hamas and Islamic Jihad are hiding behind kids, civilians, and refugees in in uh in the in the Gaza Strip and in the West Bank. Thus, because of this, Israel must fight back, and all the blame should be going to Hamas and Islamic Jihad because they're actively using kids as weapons, as ways to deter violence and ways to hide behind kids so they don't take any of the blame or take any of the responsibility of their terrorist actions. Because of this, Israel has to do these kind of operations, and sometimes there are collateral damage. Also, all this was started by Hamas, by Islamic Jihad, by people in the Gaza Strip. Now, there are arguments that it isn't the people in the Gaza Strip that did the October 7th attack, but they voted for Hamas and they support Hamas. So by extension, the vast majority, the people in Gaza Strip should have some blame, but they shouldn't have the entire thing. And it's just sad to see that Hamas and Islamic Jihad and other terrorist groups are hiding behind kids. And that's why we should support Israel and do all these things and send them money and supplies. Now, and support them in rescuing hostages and fighting back against Hamas. So that is all today, and I'm the Gen Z Conservative, and this is my show.